Hi everybody and welcome. I hope you all are having a beautiful last few days and making it through this kind of intense time the best way that you know how. I'm coming here to offer up a very gentle and relaxing Hatha yoga sequence. That way we can all just kind of get out of our minds and get into the body and breath. So no props will be needed. However, if you feel like you're gonna want one, then you can always utilize a blanket or a towel and just kind of roll it up for a little bit more height. But other than that, let's get started. And we're gonna get started just like this, coming into a nice comfortable seat. I like to place my hands just kind of right in my lap, palms face up, but you can also place the hands on the knees, palms face down or palms face up. So coming into any nice comfortable crisscross position, placing the hands wherever feels good, getting all settled in, starting to let go of those wiggles. And once you find that perfect seat, the most comfortable position, soften through your eyes. And we're going to take a moment here to tap in. Beginning to notice your breath. Beginning to notice the sensations that are arising for you. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and chest. We're just being a witness right now, just noticing everything that's happening in and out of the body. Not trying to change or force anything, just noticing. Allowing your breath to let your body decompress. Allowing your breath to let everything start to fade and float away. Releasing with each exhale any attachments, any expectations, any stress, anxiety. Letting everything slowly start to drift as you let each exhale all the way out. Inhaling to feel your belly, your ribs, your chest expand. Exhaling to let stagnancy leave your body. Letting go of anything that happened before this present moment so that we are just sitting here completely present and completely content with what's going on in the mind and body. Maybe begin to deepen the breath, finding a little bit longer inhales and a little bit longer exhales. Feel your shoulders start to draw away from the ears. Feel the spine grow a little bit longer. Release just a little bit more. We'll find just a few more breaths here. Try to release your thoughts, letting go of anything else you may be holding on to. Start to find that steady pace of breath that feels good in and out of your body. One more long inhale and exhale. Now with eyes still closed, we'll gently begin to wake the body back up by dropping your right ear towards the right shoulder. Noticing the length happening on the left side of the neck. You can either hang out here if this is enough of a stretch, or if it feels good, extend that left arm all the way out long, fingertips rest down. And again, pausing here, if you want even more, take that right hand and place it on top of the left ear. Now we're not pulling, we're just letting the added weight of the hand keep drawing the right ear towards the shoulder. Big breath in. Release the right hand back down towards your lap. Inhale as you lengthen the head back to center. Left arm meets the lap. And then we'll switch sides. Exhale, left ear drops all the way towards the left shoulder. Hanging out here if this is enough. Otherwise, if you want more, extend the right arm all the way out long. Fingertips plant down. Again, pausing, or if you want an even deeper stretch, take the left hand and place it on top of the right ear. Never pulling or forcing or pushing, just letting that added weight, gravity, and your breath do all the work. One more long breath. Slowly release both hands back towards your lap. Inhale as you lift the head back to center. Exhale as you tuck your chin towards your chest. Pausing here if this is enough. Otherwise, interlace your fingers and plant both hands on the back, right where the neck and the skull start to meet. And once again, we're never pulling or pushing. We're just letting the added weight keep drawing the chin towards the chest. Big inhales and exhales. We'll release both hands all the way down towards your lap. Inhale as you pick the head back to center. And as you exhale, start to take some little neck rolls, just loosening everything up, releasing in that cervical spine. You can go whatever pace you want here. You can do full circles, half circles, whatever feels good in your body. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to pick your head back to center. And we'll blink the eyes awake if you haven't done so already. On your next breath in, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, twist towards your right side. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand's back behind us. Inhale as you grow your spine nice and long, draw the belly in. And exhale as you twist your gaze over that right shoulder. On your next inhalation, shift your gaze back towards the front. Exhale, slowly unwind. From here, reach that left hand back over to that right knee. Inhale as you reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale as you start to hinge and fold over towards that left side. Maybe even shifting your gaze up towards the sky. Big breath in. One more time. Inhale, rise all the way back to center. Right arm and left arm meet back in your lap. Inhale to reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist towards the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand back behind you. Inhale, grow your spine nice and long. Exhale, shift your gaze. One more breath here. Inhale as you shift your gaze forward. Exhale, slowly unwind. Keep that right hand back towards the left knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, start to hinge and fold over towards the right. Maybe even shift your gaze up towards the sky. Big breath in. Then on your next inhale, rise all the way back to center, and then exhale, release. We're going to bring the bottoms of our feet together. Knees are going to come out wide, coming into our Baddha Konasana. Grabbing onto those ankles, walk your feet as close into your center line as you can. Inhale to lengthen, grow the spine nice and long. Exhale as you start to hinge forward with a nice flat back. Once you can't go anymore with that nice long spine, then we're going to round. Your face is going to come down towards your feet. Nose comes down towards your toes. And then each inhale, you want to lengthen your spine a little bit longer. Each exhale, you want to fold deeper. Let's find one more breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly roll all the way back up, one vertebra at a time. We're going to grab onto the outsides of the knees, pick the legs up, plant the hands behind the hips, spread the feet about mat distance apart, and windshield wiper those knees side to side. All right, from here, pick the knees back up. We're gonna lay the left leg down right in front of us. Then take the right leg, you're gonna stack it right on top of the left. So we're trying to get the ankles stacked on top of the knees and vice versa. So your right foot should be stacking all the way on top of the left knee and right knee on top of the left foot. So then from here, we want to try to keep the legs grounded. However, if you're noticing that this right leg is kind of lifting and floating up in the air, that's where I mentioned that you can take a towel or blanket or pillow and wedge it right underneath that right knee, or if you have a block, you can use that as well. So we're coming into our square pose. Inhale as you grow your spine really nice and long. Exhale as you either stay here upright or you can start to hinge forward. I like to prop myself up on my shins. You can just rest on the forearms, prop yourself up on the elbows, or maybe lengthen your arms all the way out long and let yourself hang as you tuck your chin to your chest. So we should be feeling a really big opening in that right hip and IT band. Stay wherever you're at. Just because I lifted, keep staying wherever your deepest fold was, and really try to send your breath to that right hip space. So finding those long inhales through the nose. Long exhales as you feel the heart energetically pull towards the earth. Let's find 2 more breaths. Last one, deepest breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise all the way back up. If you have a prop, go ahead and remove it out from underneath that right knee. Otherwise, we're all gonna pick up that right leg. Grab on, either wrapping your elbows underneath the calf, or you can wrap your elbows around the knee and bottom of the foot. Then we're just gonna kind of rock that leg side to side, maybe even take some little circles, just rocking it like a baby. Starting to release out of that right hip and IT band. As we're doing so, keep that right leg hugged in. You're gonna extend the left leg all the way out long on the mat. Then from here, take the right foot, plant it to the inside of the left thigh. So we're coming into our Janu Sirsasanas. So left toes reach back towards your face. Inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale as you hinge forward. Your chest comes onto the left thigh. Nose comes down to the knee. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, fold. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, slowly roll all the way back up, 1 vertebra at a time. We're gonna plant the right hand behind the hip, so about 6 inches or so behind your right hip. Inhale as you lead with the left fingers up to the sky, point those left toes, and then press into that right hand as you lift the hips up, taking a little back bend. 1 more breath here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly lower the hips all the way back down towards the mat. Extend the right leg out long. You can shake it out or sway it out. And we're gonna spread the feet about mat distance apart. Flex through the toes, so the toes are pointing back towards your face. Inhale as you reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale as you hinge forward and fold. Your heart is melting in between those thighs. Chin tucks in towards your chest. Forehead comes down towards the earth. Also an option to keep the legs straight, or if this is really intense on those hamstrings, you can bend through the knees and keep those feet flexed. So your choice here. Let's find 1 more long breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise all the way back up. We're gonna glue those legs back together, flex the toes back towards your face. Big inhale, lengthen the arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. So chest comes to the thighs, nose comes to the knees. But if this is too intense with straight legs, you can always bend through the knees, but keep the feet flexed. 1 more long breath here. Then on your next breath in, slowly start to rise all the way back to seated. Bend through those knees and spread your feet about mat distance apart. We'll take a quick windshield wiper side to side to release out of the hips. All right, and then this time, pick the knees back towards the sky, plant the right leg down in front of you, and then take the left leg, stack it on top of the right as you start to shift yourself forward, coming back into that square pose on the other side. So again, we want the feet and knees to be stacked. If you have this left leg floating in the air, you can wedge a jacket, a blanket, a pillow, a rolled up towel right here in this space so you feel a little bit more grounded here. Otherwise, we're just gonna inhale, grow your spine nice and long. Exhale as you slowly start to hinge forward wherever you feel good. So we're making this practice our own throughout every posture that we flow through. So finding your deepest variation of the stretch, no matter how high or low that is, and then prop yourself up comfortably, or maybe just let yourself hang. I like to use my forearms and elbows here to prop myself up, but you can also lengthen the arms out long and fold forward. Just making sure that wherever we are, both feet stay flexed the entire time and the knees stay stacked. We'll find about 3 more breaths here in your deepest stretch of your square. 2 more long inhales and exhales. Last one. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise on up to seated. We're gonna pick this left leg up, either wrapping your elbows underneath the calf, or you can wrap your elbows around the foot and around the knee. Either way, we're just gonna kind of gently rock that leg side to side, releasing out of the hip space. And as you're doing so, start to send that right leg all the way out long, coming straight out from the hip. Then whenever you're ready, start to set the left foot down to the inside of the right thigh. Right toes flex back towards your face. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale as you fold forward, chest to thigh, nose to knee. Option to bend through that right knee if needed. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to pull forward. 1 more breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise on up. We're gonna plant that left hand behind the left hip about 6 inches or so. Fingertips should be pointing behind you. Inhale as you reach the right arm up and point through the right toes. Press into that left hand as you lift the hips up, take your little back bends. Big breath in. 1 more time, long inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the hips all the way back down towards the earth. We're gonna send that right leg out long. You can shake it out or sway it out. And then whenever you're ready, we're just gonna swing those legs around and find your tabletop position. Shoulders are gonna stack right on top of the wrist. Hips are gonna be right on top of those knees. Once you're here, we're coming to that nice neutral spine, and then we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, throat, and gaze for our cow. Exhale, start to press into the hands, round the spine, chin in towards the chest. Inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, gaze will lift. Exhale, press the earth away, tilt the pelvis forward. We'll take a few more rounds here, inhaling for cow. And exhaling cat. 1 more time, inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through the spine. On your next inhale, find that nice neutral spine once more. We're gonna keep the shoulders stacked, keep the knees back, but start to drop the hips over towards the right and shift your gaze over that left shoulder. Then on your next inhale, lift the hips back to center. Exhale as you switch sides. Left hip towards the floor. Shift your gaze over that right shoulder. Then on your next inhalation, lift the hips back to center. Then we're gonna tuck through the toes and send the hips straight up towards the sky for your downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha. You can pedal out the feet and shake the head yes and no. Releasing everything from that tailbone all the way towards the cervical spine. Spread your fingers wide, relax your shoulders away from the ears. Let's find 2 more breaths here in Ardha Mukha. Then on your next breath in, you're gonna bend the knees, take a look at the hands, and slowly walk 1 foot at a time up towards the top of the mat. Once we're here, inhale, rise, half fold, flat back. Spine is nice and long, gaze is towards the floor. Exhale as you start to hinge forward, bend through the knees, grab opposite elbows and let yourself hang like a rag doll. You can rock gently side to side if that feels good for you.
Feeling all that stagnant energy, all the stress, anxiety, anything you're holding on to, leave through the crown of the head. One more big breath. Then from here, start to release your arms all the way down towards the mat. Bend through the knees and start to roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Head will be the last thing to rise. Once you come to standing, keep your feet about hip distance apart. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Palms will face towards the top of the mat. Then on your next breath in, we're going to reach the arms up to the sky. Palms will touch. Exhale, fold chest to thighs, nose to knees. Inhale, rise, half fold, flat back. Exhale, hinge forward, take another forward fold. And then as you inhale, bend through the knees, slowly roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Head will be the last to rise. Nice, all right. From here, I'm gonna turn sideways just so you guys can see what I'm doing, but you can just stay facing towards the top of the mat. We're gonna do what I like to call roll downs. So as you inhale, you're gonna interlace the fingers, plant the hands behind the head. So feet are still gonna be about hip distance apart. You wanna have a nice soft bend in those knees. Inhale as you start to open the chest, maybe even arch the back as you lift your gaze. Elbows are gonna splay out wide. Then as you exhale, start to tuck your chin to your chest. And you're gonna slowly roll all the way down, one vertebra at a time. So kind of the opposite of that roll up. Just roll all the way back down, curl up into that little ball. And then as you inhale, you're gonna roll it all the way back up, one vertebra at a time. Once you reach the top, you're gonna open those elbows out wide, lift your gaze, and then do it again. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Roll it all the way back down. So feeling a really big stretch on the entire backside. Once you go to your deepest point, inhale, roll it back up. So moving nice and slow, trying to use your entire breath for each movement. We'll take one more round. Inhale, open the chest, lift the heart and gaze. Exhale, chin to chest, roll it all the way back forward. Then on your next breath in, slowly roll all the way back up, one vertebra at a time. Once you come to standing, start to shake it out. Whew. I'm gonna turn back and face towards you guys. Big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sigh it out, release. 2 more times, big breath in. And let go. 1 more time, big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Nice. All right, from here, hands come to the hips. Take a half step back with that left foot. Hips are gonna stay facing towards the front 2 corners of the mat. Inhale as you reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale as you hinge forward. Your chest comes onto your right thigh. Your nose comes down towards the knee. Try to energetically peel that left hip forward so that both hips are in line with the top 2 corners of the mat. So we're coming into our pyramid pose. Start to fold here. Let your head hang, chin tucks towards your chest. Find one more long breath. Then as you inhale, slowly start to lift up halfway. Fingertips are down towards the floor, or if you have blocks or pillows. Then from here, left foot's gonna stay in the exact same line it's in. We're just gonna slide it over to the outer right side of the mat. Let the heel come down. Hips are still facing the top 2 corners of the mat. Inhale as you grow your spine long. Exhale as you start to hinge forward and fold. Chest to the thigh, nose to the right knee. So starting to breathe into that IT band and hip. One more long breath here. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise up to your half fold flat back. We're gonna take a nice big bend into this right leg and then slowly slide the left foot forward so the left foot is stepping to the outside of the right foot. Inhale, lengthen from here, belly's drawn in, spine is long. Exhale, start to hinge forward and fold. Legs can be straight or you can have a nice soft bend in those knees. One more long breath. Then we'll inhale, slowly start to lengthen our spine to our half fold flat back. You're gonna take that left foot, slide it all the way to the back of the mat, and then drop that left knee down, untuck the toes. Right knee is stacking right on top of that right ankle. Rise on up, reach the arms towards the sky, and drop the hips low, coming into our low crescent lunge. Put my hair up so y'all can see a little bit better. So we're chilling in our low crescent lunge. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Try to sink the hips really nice and low, but make sure that right knee stays stacked on top of the right ankle throughout the entire time. So one more long breath. Then release that right hand down by your side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, start to hinge and fold over towards the right. Relax that left shoulder, one more breath. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Plant both hands and frame that front foot. Lengthen out that right leg, flex the toes back towards your face. Drop your chest to your thigh, your nose to your knee. Hips can stay high, hips can stay low. Just breathe into that right hamstring and calf. Then on your next inhale, rise up to your half fold flat back. Right leg is still out long. My left hip is stacking right on top of my knee. I'm gonna ground my left hand down right underneath my shoulder. And then inhale, peel my right fingertips up to the sky. Shift my gaze, right toes stay flexed. Big breath in. One more time. Exhale, let that right hand come down. Slowly start to shift forward. Right knee stacks on top of the ankle. And then I'm going to heel toe my right foot over to the right side of the mat. My heel's turned in slightly, toes are slightly out. I'm going to bring both hands to the inside of the leg and notice how my right knee is stacked right on top of the ankle the entire time. We're going to keep that alignment. So toes are turned out slightly. You can stay here in your lizard lunge, or if you want more, you're gonna roll onto the outer side of that right foot. Let your arch lift up towards your face. Your knee is gonna fall out to the side, but still my knee is stacked. So then you can stay here. You can come down onto your forearms. And then we're just gonna breathe, really breathing into this right inner thigh here. Breathing into your hip flexors. And wherever we are, try to relax your shoulders away from the ears to create space for the collarbones. We'll find about 3 more breaths. Then from here, on your next inhale, if you want to take this a little deeper, you can either stay on forearms or press yourself up with straight arms. We're going to bend that back leg in, reach back with the right hand, and try to pull your foot in towards your seat as you open your heart and lift your gaze. One more breath, breathing into your quad. If that back leg is lifted, go ahead and release that foot back down towards the earth. Both hands come underneath the shoulders as you press yourself up with straight arms. Heel toe that right foot back to the center of the mat. Frame the front foot with both hands. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Right knee stacks right on top of the ankle. Draw your belly in and then reach all 10 fingers up to the sky. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Find your high crescent lunge. Big breath in. From here, let that right hand fall down by your right hip. Inhale, lengthen left fingertips up, and then exhale, hinge and fold over towards the right. One more breath. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Oops. And then reach all 10 fingers up to the sky. Exhale as you start to frame that front foot. Step back with the right foot, coming into our high plank. We're going to drop the knees from here. Draw your heels in towards your seat. Inhale, rock forward, shoulders past the wrist. Exhale, hug elbows in, lower chest and chin down towards the floor. Inhale, rise up, cobra, baby cobra, or up dog as you pull the shoulders away from those ears. Exhale as you tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet. Keep pulling your shoulders away from those ears. Spread the fingers wide. Big breath in. One more time. Big breath in and out. Then on your next inhale, bend the knees. Take a look at the hands. Slowly walk one foot at a time, all the way up towards the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale as you melt your heart forward, either taking your Uttanasana, forward fold, or you can bend the knees and take your ragdoll. Whenever you're ready, releasing the arms all the way down towards the floor. Draw the belly in and inhale, roll it all the way back up, one vertebra at a time. Head will be the last to rise. Bring your hands to your hips. This time we'll take a half step back with that right foot. Right toes ground down, and that foot is going to be at a slight angle. Left toes face the top, and both hips are squaring to the top two corners of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold, coming into our pyramid pose. Chest to thigh, nose to knee. So belly draws in, relax your shoulders away from the ear, and try to peel that right hip forward and in line with the left. One more breath. Then on your next inhale, we're gonna rise up halfway. Right foot's gonna stay right on the same plane that is in. You're just gonna slide it all the way over to the outer left side of the mat. Drop the heel down. Both hips are still facing the front two corners. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, start to melt forward, chest to thigh, nose to knee. So lots of length happening in that left IT band. Try to breathe through it. Taking long inhales and long exhales. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, rise up halfway. Bend through the left knee as you slide the right foot up to the outside of the left foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine really nice and long, and then exhale, start to hinge forward, chest to the thigh, nose to the knee. Find two more long breaths here. Then on your next inhale, rise up to your half fold flat back. We're gonna start to slide that right foot all the way towards the back of the mat. Bend through the right knee, drop the knee towards the floor, untuck the toes. Left knee is stacking right on top of the ankle, and then inhale, peel your arms up to the sky, relax your shoulders away from the ears, low crescent lunge. Now draw your belly in and try to peel the abdominals off of the left thigh. So we're trying to do that posterior tilt of the pelvis where you flex through that right glute and press the pelvis forward. So you'll feel a deeper stretch on that right hip flexor. One more big breath here. Then from here, we'll release that left hand down towards your side. Inhale, lengthen right fingertips up. Exhale, hinge and fold over towards your left. Next breath in, slowly rise all the way back up. Plant all 10 fingers and frame that front foot. Lengthen out that left leg as you flex the toes back towards your face. Keep your hips high, or you can drop the hips low. And find your runner stretch, your half Hanumasana. One more long breath here. Then on your next inhale, rise up halfway. We're gonna keep that right hip stacked right on top of the knee. Left leg's out long, foot is flexed. I'm gonna ground my right hand down to the inside of the left calf, right underneath my right shoulder. Then I'm gonna inhale, lengthen those left fingertips up to the sky and take my twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. One more time. Exhale as you let that left hand fall and slowly shift yourself forward. Left knee stacks right on top of the ankle. Once we're here, you're gonna heel toe that left foot over to the left side of the mat. Toes are gonna turn out slightly, knees stay stacked.
Both my hands come to the inside of my leg. And then inhale as I start to press into the hands, grow my spine long. Exhale, either stay here or roll onto the outer left side of the foot. If you have space, you can start to come down onto forearms or elbows. And we'll take our lizard lunge. Maybe close the eyes, allow your breath to soften. Peel your shoulders away from the ears. Allow your hips to drop really nice and low. One more long breath in your lizard. And now if you have more space, you can start to bend through that right knee, draw your heel in towards your seat. If you can, reach back behind with that left hand, pull the foot in close, maybe lift your gaze and open your heart. One more breath. Let that right foot fall back down towards the earth. Both hands are underneath the shoulders as you press yourself up. Then heel toe that left foot back to the center of the mat. Frame the front foot, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Draw your belly to spine and then peel all 10 fingers up to the sky as you peel your shoulders from the ears. High crescent lunge. Feel super stable and grounded and feel both inner thighs energetically peel towards one another. So it's that opposition, that strong energetic pull that holds us up and keeps us grounded. Let's find one more breath. Then from here, release that left hand down by your side. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hold your belly and use your core to help you maintain your balance. One more breath. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Reach the left fingertips up to the sky. And then exhale, start to frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes. Step back to your high plank. And then we'll drop the knees, untuck the feet. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders past the wrist. Exhale, hug elbows and lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, send the hips all the way up and back for our Ardha Mukha downward dog. You can pedal out the feet. 2 more long breaths here. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And then slowly come back to stillness. Step your feet side by side. Inhale, reach those right toes all the way up to the sky. Keep the foot flexed and the hips are in line. So we're coming into our 3-legged down dog. Spread the fingers really nice and wide. Take another inhale. Then as you exhale, you're going to step the right foot in between those hands. Back heel is going to drop down. Cartwheel your arms up and open to T and find your warrior 2. Gazes over that right middle finger. So keep those shoulders relaxed away from one another. Find one more long breath. Then on your next inhale, flip the front palm. Slowly start to find your reverse warrior. On your next breath in, stay in reverse. Straighten that front leg. Try to find a little bit more depth. Slowly start to bend back into that right knee as you start to find that warrior 2 once again. Then from here, we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep the arms at T. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale, drop down into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. So hips are open towards the side, shoulders are stacked, gaze is lifted or gaze is down towards the mat. That bottom hand can come to the calf, the ankle, the foot, wherever feels good. Let's find one more breath. Then inhale as you look down, draw your belly and use the core to lift all the way back to standing. Relax your arms down. We're going to turn all 10 toes to turn and face towards your left side. So feet are much wider than hip distance. Legs are going to be straight. Toes are going to turn in, heels slightly out. Inhale as you open your arms out to your T, and then exhale, start to hinge forward. Hands are going to come to the outsides of the calves, the ankles, or feet, and pull yourself down towards the floor.
So coming into our prasarita, let's find 2 more breaths. Tucking your chin to your chest, drawing your belly in. Then on your next inhale, slowly rise up to your half fold, flat back. Bring your hands to your hips, use your core to lift all the way back to standing. Then from here, we're gonna keep both legs straight, turn both toes out slightly, heels are coming in. So we're coming into that second position of the feet. From here, we're gonna bring our hands to our hips or to your heart center, your choice, whatever feels the most natural. You're gonna bend into your left leg, so that's gonna be your back leg. You're gonna start to bend into that left leg, drop the hips low, lengthen that right leg out long, flex through those right toes, and then drop the hips. So we're coming into our side lunge. This left foot can be grounded down, or the foot can be lifted, and you can keep the spine nice and lifted. Either way, we're just reaching those right toes back towards your face. Find 1 more breath. Then plant the hands down underneath the shoulders. Inhale as you lift the hips back up. Right toes are gonna face back towards the top of the mat. Spiral those arms down, tuck the back toes. Inhale, sweep that right foot all the way back up to the sky, 3-legged down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, bend through the knee, flex the foot, open the hip, coming into our down dog scorpion. You can take a few circles with that knee. And switching sides. Coming back to stillness, inhale, lengthen right toes back up to the sky, and then exhale, start to draw that knee in towards the right wrist. The ankle is going to connect towards the left wrist. Extend the left leg out long behind you. Hips are going to ground down towards the floor. If this right hip is really high and lifted, wedge a blanket, a block, a towel, a rolled up sweatshirt underneath this right hip so you can even the hips out nice and long. Take a look back, make sure left leg is straight back behind you. And then point the toes in towards your left hip. Inhale, grow your spine nice and long. Exhale as you start to hinge forward, coming into your sleeping pigeon. You can prop yourself up on forearms, on your elbows, or you can send the arms all the way out long. Try to slow your breath. Find even longer inhales and exhales. One more long breath in your pigeon pose. Then on your next breath in, start to press yourself up with straight arms. We're gonna tuck through those back toes. Inhale, lift the hips up, step the right foot all the way back to meet the left, coming into our downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet, maybe circle out that right leg, give it some shakes. Just try to get blood and movement and fluidity coming back into that space. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in down dog. Step the feet side by side, and then inhale, reach the left foot all the way up to the sky. Foot stays flexed, hips are square. One more inhale. Exhale, step the left foot in between those hands. Back heel drops down, cartwheel the arms up and open to T, and find your warrior two. Gazes over that left middle finger. So Virabhadrasana B, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Find one more long breath. Knee stacks right on top of that ankle. Then on your next inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward. Exhale all the way back for reverse. Keep the arms how they are. Just straighten that front leg as you inhale, and exhale. Try to walk that right hand down the back of that right leg. Then on your next breath in, start to bend into that left leg as you find those arms back at your T, finding your warrior two. We'll straighten that front leg, keep the arms out. Inhale, reach towards the toes, and exhale, drop down, coming into our triangle pose. One more breath. Then on your next breath, slowly start to rise all the way up.
My kitty came in. Then we're gonna keep that right leg straight. Start to turn those toes towards the right side. So we're gonna keep our arms at T. Inhale, lengthen nice and long. Exhale as you start to fold forward, coming into our Prasarita. So bring your hands right down underneath the shoulders this time. And then try to walk the hands in line with the heels. Tuck your chin to your chest and let the crown of the head melt down towards the floor. One more breath. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise up to your half fold, flat back. Bring the hands to the hips. Use the core to lift yourself all the way back to standing. Keep both legs straight. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Hands can be at the hips or hands at heart center. We're going to start to bend through that right leg. Start to lengthen the left leg out long. Flex the toes back towards your side. And then drop the hips nice and low. So we're coming into our side lunge. Again, the right foot can stay lifted, or you can drop the heel down, your choice. It's really just whatever's available in your body. But we want to feel that big stretch happening in that inner left thigh. One more long breath here. Then plant the hands under the shoulders. Inhale as you press the hips up. Left toes face towards the top of the mat. Spiral those hands down, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift that left leg all the way back up to the sky. Three-legged down dog. Exhale as you bend the knee, flex the foot. Heel comes to the outer right seat. Option to take a couple circles with that knee. Then whenever you're ready, inhale, lengthen left foot back to the sky. Exhale, start to draw that knee in towards the wrist. The ankle connects towards the right wrist. Send the right leg out long behind you. Point those toes in towards your right hip. Inhale, grow your spine long. Exhale, start to melt forward, coming into our pigeon pose. Either propping yourself up on forearms, elbows, or send the arms all the way out long. Try to slow your breath, body and mind back down. Finding that space of stillness, that space of peace, and the space of quiet once more. On your next inhalation, slowly start to press yourself up with straight arms. We're going to tuck through those back toes. Inhale as you lift the hips all the way back to the sky, coming back to our Ardha Mukha downward dog. You can either pedal out the feet, circle out that knee, maybe even give the legs some shakes. Try to get blood flow and movement back to that left hip. So any little free flow movement that feels good for your body. We'll find 2 more breaths in down dog. Then on your next breath in, you're going to start to bend through the knees, plant the knees down towards the mat. Toes are going to come together, knees come wide. Sit the hips towards the heels, stretch the arms out long, chest melts towards the floor, and plant your forehead down. Finding our child's pose. Let your breath slow, let your body and mind slow. On your next inhale, slowly start to press yourself on up. We're going to spin those legs around, come onto our seat, and stretch your legs out long. Taking your time to get there. If you're still just rising, that's okay. I'll wait as I grab a sip of water. So once we come to seated, walk the flesh out from underneath your sits bones. Legs glue side by side, flex the toes back towards your face. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So shoulders relax, chest to thighs, nose to knees. We'll find 2 breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly roll it all the way back up, 1 vertebra at a time. We're gonna bend through the knees, scoot yourself forward, grab onto the backs of the thighs, and slowly roll all the way down. So roll it all the way down, hug your thighs in towards your chest, give yourself a hug and rock side to side. Then we'll grab onto the outsides of the feet. Knees are gonna come in towards the armpits, find your happy baby pose, rock side to side. We'll hug our thighs back in towards our chest. Give ourselves 1 more hug. And then we're going to take any last minute movements that we want to do before finding our Shavasana. So maybe a legs up the wall, maybe another happy baby pose, maybe an extended hug, maybe a twist, whatever your body needs and wants here. And whenever you're ready, start to find your way into your most comfortable reclined supine position. So we're going to come into our Shavasana. We're going to find our most comfortable lying down position. Let your legs lengthen out long. Arms are going to come down by your side. Palms face up or palms face down. Close the eyes. Allow yourself to melt towards the floor. Let's find 2 more long breaths before we completely settle in. One last time, big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Now all you have to do is rest. You have all the time in the world. You can lay here for as long as you feel called. Just rise whenever you feel ready. And from the honey of my heart to each of yours, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Even though we're social distancing, we can still connect via this online world, which is super, super rad, and I'm really grateful. So I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And from the honey of my heart to each of yours, namaste.